After finally making our trade for that franchise quarterback, bringing in CJ Stroud, we had a test against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and in the first 3 quarters, we were step for step, even in front for a good bit of the game. But on the last drive of the third quarter, things would flip a switch essentially. An offense would fall apart, defense would give up 21 points in the fourth, and we would lose 42-24. Now, at the end of the last episode, we talked about possible trades we can make for the defensive line because we're not seeing a whole lot from them. And the main target that we found was Lucas Van Ness, a 24-year-old who could play an outside rusher for us. Now, I was under the impression he wasn't getting that much snaps because he plays the same position as Rashawn Gary, though he had recorded 5 tackles for a loss and a sack. After further checking, he actually plays more downs, or has had played more downs, than Rashawn Gary by about 30 extra plays. And we're really not seeing much more from him than what we have seen from some of our guys, and primarily from one in particular in Johnny Smith, the later overall pick compared to the 6th overall pick that we had taken in Nick Bell, who really has been a big disappointment. Only 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack to this point of the season. But Johnny Smith has done pretty well. 6 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks, doing better than at least the stats that we've seen from Van Ness. So we're not going to be making that trade, though we have made some adjustments to the defensive line. When it comes to the base package, we're going to have Carl Lawson come in and play the starting left end. Due to the injury we had in Bonito, he's on IR. Stewart's going to be next man up. Hampton, he's on the trade block. If anyone wants to come after him, we will definitely move on from him. We need to see more from Nick Bell and Luke Peek. Peek has only been back for a game or 2 from his early injury. He's only recorded 1 tackle for a loss, and that's about it. So we need to see more from him. But where things change is when it comes to the specialist, the rush edge rushers. Now, for some reason, it has the atypical 4-3 edge guys as the higher overall when it comes to them playing at the rush left end comparative to the rush right end. I don't know why, but we're going to play a little bit of Madden here. So we've moved, essentially we switched the edge guys. So we're going to have the heavier guys, the stronger guys, supposedly, over on the left-hand side, and the quicker, more agile guys going to go over to the right-hand side. Hopefully that helps out, and we'll get some form of a pass rush going. Offensively, nothing changing due to the injuries we've had along the offensive line, missing 2 of our 5 starters. Hobart and Dickinson are going to continue to get the start. Hobart actually performed really well, one of the better of any of the 5 starting guys in the last game. Dickinson has continued to struggle. We're about out of patience with him. Now, we've already spent a lot of draft capital on offensive linemen, as we obviously have the 3 guys here and another injured in McAllister. Not going to do anything dramatic, but we need this offensive line to step up and protect CJ Stroud, who had a fantastic 2 3 quarters. Again, that very last drive of the third quarter and beyond, it just went straight downhill. I think he took too many hits and he couldn't throw the ball any longer. We also need to see more of the running game to support the passing game, but primarily it's the offensive line that needs to step up because their bad play greatly overshadowed a 2-touchdown day by our rookie in Ed Jarrett. So he's doing really well, off to a pretty good start. He's our leading receiver this year. And it's time to test out this team once again versus a lower, at least in terms of their record this year, 1-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, though Vita Vea right down the middle is going to be a tough task for this offensive line. Though the only thing we really have to worry about is for them on offense, they're doing pretty well at rushing the ball. So defense needs to do better at stopping that. We've struggled the last 2 games. We still, after that poor showing last week, are a top 10 passing defense. Need to see them have a resurgence, and no time better than facing another 1-5 team. let's get this Week 7 Thursday night game underway as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have themselves a new number 6 at quarterback, starting off with a first down as they find Godwin, stretching down the sideline for a gain of 17. And definitely say over the past couple weeks, for some reason, it has been a struggle for this defensive passing team, the DBs for us, to perform. Although they started the year off really well, though clearly highlighting the bad play as they find Godwin. 2 plays in a row, about 15 yards each. As they're already in plus territory, quick stop. They get it out to the tight end who breaks 1 tackle and picks up 7. Now that has been a slightly confusing part for this defense. The tackling in general has really been a letdown of late, though nice wrap up there by Curse. But upon further review, it's even more confusing because we don't really have many guys here in the starting lineup that aren't good tacklers. We're just seeing a lot of tackles broken, though that tackle comes up just in time, forcing a 4th and inches at the 31. But the Bucs offense will stay out there, challenging this defensive line that they very much struggled. As they go with a run right down the middle, they bust through the gap, break 1 tackle, and nearly broke away. Luckily, Smith there to get the stop, but first down inside the red zone. We'll see the line, as we saw there, get a little bit of a push, but they're just not shedding the blocks and getting the tackles. As we send the blitz here, absolutely no one got through the line. We sent extra man than they had blocking, and they still find Godwin for the touchdown. And already a tough task here for CJ Stroud, making his 2nd appearance with the team. Had a pretty good first game despite the loss. The best quarterback rating we've had with any of our quarterbacks to date so far, and nearly finds Jarrett there, though a great job defending across the middle. Just needed that one out about a split second sooner. Vita Vea going to probably need to be double teamed more often than not here today as we get down the middle for a short gain of 2 with Akers. And already facing a 3rd down. It's a double A gap look. We'll get it out quickly across the middle, but the pass is off. Had Marshall open. Not a good start so far, either offensively or defensively. Well, the Bucs drive down the field pretty easy their first drive, and then our first drive of offense 3 and out, leaving a lot of room for needed improvement as they're going to roll out for their tight end, who's one-on-one with Rice, and Rice wasn't close. Already giving up quite a bit through the air as they're just about at midfield, sending their receiver in motion. They're going to go with the jet sweep, though, cutting it back, picking up about a gain of 7 on the jet sweep reverse. Though Russell Gage, the ball carrier on that one, does get shaken up. He'll head to the bench, so not a bad sign necessarily. As they go with a handoff, I feel like that's their first of the day. Gets them close to another first, leaving 3rd and 1. And of course, last drive, we had a short down and distance. We gave up a lot. They're going to go with the read option this time, but Murray read it the whole way, and now their quarterback a little bit slow to get up. He'll end up heading over to the bench. Looks like a possible leg injury as the offense will head back out, needing a much more improved drive, which should be pretty easy considering we only gained 2 yards the first time out. Though we are backed up here, trying to get the halfback screen out, but I guess Akers forgot he was supposed to go out on a route. So definitely not seeing any improvement yet. They do have some good guys across the middle. Brandon Beck, an X-Factor linebacker. Obviously, we all know Vita Vea. As we're going to run right at Beck, trying to find some space. We'll pick up 2 once again. And once again, it's a 3rd and 8. As we spread wide, got 2 spread either side. Hard count, and Akers moves in the backfield. Not a good start for the running back. Luckily, it can't quite get much worse from here as we just back up a few yards. Though they do send a blitz, we have Nakua. Ball placed up towards the sideline, but overthrown. 4 bad passes from Stroud to start off with. We got a punt from the back of our end zone. Luckily, we do get it out, and despite seeing Wentz head out with the offense, Richard is back out there. As they're going to go again with that jet sweep, hanging off to Evans, who makes a cut, breaks 1 tackle, will pick up 1. Really need this defense to keep playing well here, as they did on the previous drive. Buy us time to get this offense moving. As it's 2nd and 9, they go with a run, White down the middle, just back to the line. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 9. Worse than any of the third downs we've had so far. As they try to set up a route to the outside, it gets jumped. Conley, the rookie, trying to turn down the sideline, put on the Jets, leaving Evans in his dust, diving, spinning into the end zone, and we do get a score with the defense before the offense even can get a first down. Defense, thank you for coming through time and time again. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think this DB group is, outside of Curse at strong safety, I think they're set for the future. We really have our mainstays at, again, pretty much all the spots. As they dump this one off, White can't squeeze it. Murray knocks it away. Linebacker is another group I think we're good with. Murray Jr., we got Graham. Solomon, the rookie, has also played really well. We just need the defensive line to start to come through as Rice somehow misses the swat. Swain does not miss the dive and saves a possible touchdown. At least now when we see bad plays by the DBs, it's typically in close coverage. Just need to see a little bit more improvement there from Rice as they go to White, who will pick up 3. He was pretty effective for him last week, averaging close to 5 yards a carry, and takes us to the end of the first here. Defense has come up big for us in this one, giving us a score, though still need to clean up that passing game. We've been close a number of times, was spot on last time out with the Conley interception, his 2nd of the season. As they go with a play action, gonna go to their tight end, who, honestly not quite sure who it is. Moreau, I believe? Yes, it is, Foster Moreau. They have themselves a good pair at tight end as we get Smith around the edge, but he just comes up empty. They'll get it out to White, who will pick up 4 when it should have been a loss of about 5, if not more. Not really something this defense can afford, considering how little amount of sacks we're actually getting. With a 2nd and 9 inside the 15, they go back to White, trying to find a gap, and he will pick up a few more yards before Smith gets the tackle. I believe the rookie and Solomon also involved there, as they have a 3rd and 3, which will try to set underneath some of these coverage, but we leave Otto wide open. Curse ran by him. I said Otto, Auten. My bad. Either way, it's a Bucs score. And we need an answer, and hopefully that answer is more than 2 yards and a punt. As we start back at the 25, hand it off again, Akers down the middle, tried to get the juke, but Winfield Jr., solid tackle. But we pick up 6, the most amount of yards we've had even combined offensively. CJ Stroud has started 0 and 4. Can only get better, really, from here. You're already at a 0% completion. As we swing it to the outside, that 0 stays intact. Don't know what's up with Stroud. He's only been with the team about a week and a half, so clearly missing out on some of the connections, though we barely find Nakua there with the first down. First completion for Stroud. And we just need to find a way to build upon it. As we're going to spread a little bit wider here. Got 3 out to the right, 1 to the left. Akers in the backfield will go out on a route. Marshall had Beck beat, but the hit comes in, taking off all the power, and really saves the Bucs there. Do feel like we would have had the better matchup there, and still do, though we're going to go with a slightly different play. Going to get this one out to Jarrett on the receiver screen, and hey, there's 2 yards, another 3rd and 8. It's not like we've seen this play already multiple times today, at least this time a little bit further downfield. As the hard count, no one jumps. They send a blitz. We'll get it out to Akers. Tried to put the spin move on Beck, but the sure tackler he is gets the stop. 4th and 10, probably need to punt. But at least one positive we could take from that drive is there was positive yards gained, and a lot more than just 2. We got to midfield, still need to see a whole lot more as White tries to bounce it. Good job from Curse that time. He's always been more, I would say, of a box safety rather than a down-the-field cover guy, though he's definitely played a lot better than what we saw on that previous drive, giving up the touchdown as they're going to White often here in the passing game. He really seems to be Richard's main target to at least dump the ball off quickly. As they go right back out to him, he drops it, heard the footsteps of both Murray and Graham. Graham almost got the pick off the tip, but a 4th and 5 will get off the field. And after a slightly improved drive last time out, would like to build upon it. As we start out here in the pistol ace set. Gonna go with some play action. Gonna dump this one off, get it out to Akers in space, but he can't hold on to it. I get it was a short week, but right now this offense struggling to do just about anything. As Beck in his X Factor will throw right over him. Gonna find Ed Jarrett coming off a really good game. So far he's the only one really doing much for us in the receiving game. Though can't really discredit the receivers for that. We've had a lot of poor throws from Stroud, so need to do better. As Akers gonna bounce it to the outside, trying to pick up some space. Jukes back in, almost breaks away there, but a great run down to the 25. And hopefully that sparks this offense. As we're just about at the 2-minute warning, we do not get the play off. We will hit the 2-minute warning, give ourselves a little bit of a breather. And apparently not give ourselves any animation for it. So right back out here, gonna go with some play action. Try to find some space to the outside. No, they say it's a fumble and we're not able to advance the ball at all, though we do recover at the 35. But once again, we are well behind the chains here. 2nd and 20 as we sit under a minute and a half left in this one. A little bit of some play action coming across. We had the options, but not enough time to throw. And at this point, you think more of securing a field goal, considering it is still at 3rd and 20. First down is at the 15. Definitely saw Dickinson move there on the hard count. They don't count it. Loft this one up. It's Nakua! Close to the first. Plus, the Bucs take a timeout. Do you secure the points or do you go for it here? I think it's been hard enough for us to get any points offensively, so let's secure what we can. Brown with the boot right in between the uprights, and we will tack on 3, though still down 4. And now we just have to ensure the defense doesn't allow any late half shenanigans, though if we could get the shenanigans going our way, I'll definitely take that. Try to get some amount of pressure here from middle peak, or we had the pick in our hands, and Rice drops it. Could have easily led to more points there, but no. 2nd and 10. Richard gets away with one as they're setting up a halfback screen, and hey, Smith is there to knock it away. You know, we're still not seeing much of pass rush, but what we are seeing at least is the line kind of getting more involved as there's a good tackle from Rice. We'll call a timeout with about a minute left. We want the ball and hopefully, knock on wood, some more points. Though we'll have to move the ball about 72 yards for the touchdown. Field goal looking a little bit more likely. As we have a crossing route deep, did not see the deep safety, and luckily Jarrett plays a little bit of some defensive back and swats it away. Trying to gamble a little bit too much there for my liking was Stroud, leaving us with 46 seconds, a pair of timeouts, and a lot of yards to gain as we swing it to the outside. Not good blocking by any of the linemen out in front. I don't think a single one of them got their block. We'll have a 3rd and 4. And we've come up with our own little design here. Gonna have Marshall go on the zig, 2 slants on the outside, try to essentially work out like a pick play here, which will work to perfection as Marshall headed down the sideline, does not scamper out of bounds. We'll have to call that 2nd timeout, but we're down to the 38 with pretty decent field position here. Feel like we move the ball forward a few more yards. We've secured at least the field goal opportunity, though obviously we want the touchdown. As we're going to swing this one to the outside, not picking up much, blocking once again. Dickinson, you're an offensive lineman. Can you at least do your job? As we're running out of time here, probably one more pop play towards the end zone and then send out the field goal unit. We get it out to Akers, turning down the sideline out at the 8. Timeout called there. Now here is the risk. Try to take one more pop shot towards the end zone, but we cannot be tackled inbounds or prior to the goal line or sacked. Need this to be in the end zone or nothing at all. As we'll toss this one out for Palmer, who does bring it in. I thought that ball just about popped out, but no. He secured it with the left hand. We'll probably have to go into a review here because it looked close. But Palmer for now gets the touchdown. We take a lead. And yeah, those feet were in very well. Even this cornerback, he could have got the pick and he would have been in. Great throw there from Stroud. Even better of a catch from Palmer. Unfortunately, in all the excitement, though, our kicker forgot how to kick, and we only go into half up 16-14. But a great comeback there in the second quarter. Offense started to catch their groove, put on 10 points, and the defense, obviously, with a pick 6 from the rookie in Conley, doing pretty well to start this football week. We just need to see a whole lot more of it. And what makes it even better as the second half is underway is we are starting with the ball to try to make up for our missed extra point for sure, as Williams powers through, kicks us off at the 24. Now Stroud definitely improved in that second quarter, but still a lot more improving that we could see. And hopefully we do see that, as we're going to start with some play action. Roll out, get it out quick. DeGuara slightly on the run, able to get back up to speed and picking up the first down. Now, I do feel like one thing very much missing in that first half was some of the running game. So we're going to try to get Akers a little bit more involved. Hopefully that opens up some passing lanes as we pick up 3. That was only his 5th carry, and I would like to see a little bit more than just 5 in one half, though he was getting involved a little bit in the passing game. As we're going to hand this one off down the middle, try to set up a read option. We'll pick up 4. Now we've gone 2 straight run plays. Do we gamble with a third? I think we do. Just need to block on Beck, which we don't get. Williams got to get down to that second level. Luckily, we do squeeze out the first. It's definitely been an area of concern when it comes to this offensive line in the running game, is we're not getting to that second or even third level, and we need to see more of that. As we have Nakua, it's headed downfield, should catch him on the run, and it does. But he doesn't get to run with it. He immediately steps out at the 9. Perhaps that throw needed to be a little bit more on the inside, but hey, we got a ball deep downfield. That has been a problem for us, and we finally got it. Now to toss this one up for Jarrett, who does get up to get to it, but does not come down with it. We know he could be a red zone threat. We just got to find ways to utilize him. But he heads off the field here. Second and goal. We're going to go with a run. Akers down the middle, keeping those legs moving, though Beck's legs were moving a little bit better. So that'll leave us with a 3rd and goal at the 6, and we're going to stick with that tight formation here in shotgun. Have a couple different options to the outside, a couple quick stops, Akers leaking out to the left. We'll see which one we like more, and straight to the outside is Palmer with his 2nd touchdown grab of the day. This one not as controversial, definitely way inbounds, although that last one was also way inbounds. And just like that, we go from being down early on to coming back and now having a 9-point lead. Would be 10 if we didn't miss that extra point. Big hit there from Graham with the tackle at the line of scrimmage. Offense obviously was sleeping at the beginning, so was the defense. Both of them awake now. As we have a 2nd and 10, they're going with a read option, bouncing to the outside. Richard sprinting away from the diving Murray before meeting and taking the shoulder there from Curse. And now Johnny Smith holding at that right hamstring perhaps. He's going to limp off the field. Finally, when this offense gets moving a fair bit, he takes the injury, and now the rookie Woodyard thrust out there of his first real playing time of the season, though. It's Luke Peak, finally, his first sack of the season. And look at this backflip from the big man, though he does not stick the landing. Well, that was definitely a nice way to pick up the spirits following the injury. Hopefully it's nothing big for Johnny Smith. He's been our best D lineman so far this year in his sophomore season. 2nd and 19. They will go with actual run, trying to get to the outside, and it works. Curse in pursuit will get the tackle prior to the line to gain, but not by much. And once again, this D-line forced here with a short down and distance. Though they go with a read option, a great block. Rice having to sprint over and does secure the stop. They've been getting to the outside all too often this drive. We saw them trying to work in that direction their last time out. We were able to get the stops, but they're picking up the blocks needed now. Trying to open up the passing game, which they do here across the middle. Russell Gage back from his earlier injury. Has him inside the 10. And they'll come at us with the I formation here. Gonna go with a play action. Trying to get back into coverage. Try to provide a little help somewhere. As he's actually gonna scramble and get down to the 5. And another injury for the defensive line. Now Carl Lawson down, clutching at potentially a collarbone, maybe shoulder. He'll head to the bench. Hopefully that's a good sign. But that does now mean we have a rookie on both edges as Stewart out there, Woodyard on the other side for a second and goal. We send the quick blitz. They get the pass off and Otten lays down instead of going for the end zone. He had a touchdown for him earlier, potentially costing one for him there. He's going to have Curse man up here on Evans, though they go the read option, and I think it was the rookie Stewart. Just got beat there, bit on the handoff, and Richard walks in. Now we do have an update on both those edge rushers. We are going to be out for the rest of the game for Johnny Smith, though we should see Carl Lawson return as the offense heads back out, needing to answer the quick score, not even really quick score, but the score from the Bucs, now only up 2 as we pick up 1. And they're definitely stacking the box here. They know we like to play the short game. We just got to find ways around it. As we go back to Palmer, who drops it. Should have been an easy first down there, but he heard the footsteps or just got too excited about all the yardage in front of him. Leaves us with 3rd and 9 as we spread with 2 to the left, 1 off to the right. A little bit of some play action, some crossing routes. Need to find across the middle. We had Nakua. But the pass rush arrived and threw off the throw, and it will be a punt. This game definitely filled with highs and lows for both teams, and right now I would say it's the Bucs with the high, as we do see Carl Lawson return over to this left-hand side. He does not quite get around the edge, but decent job coming back from an injury. They do find White for a gain of 7. I do feel like we need to be sticking with the man coverage. We've probably had our best coverage in man. So let's try to rock with that a little bit more this drive. See how well that works. As the quick throw knocked away from Russell Gage. Conley in coverage. And that'll leave him with 3rd and 3. With a double A gap, we do drop back into coverage. They're trying to get the halfback screen out and read by Graham the whole way. Gets the tackle for loss and will force the punt to end the 3rd quarter. Up just 2 points, we start at the 24. As we're in pistol, going to go with the weak dive, trying to find some space. Akers with a juke, does not get by the 2 defenders, but hey, picking up the first down is solid from me. 5.8 yards a carry for him. And that honestly seems to be pretty consistent with him. Where we're not getting the stats is touchdown rushing. As we're going to go with a throw here. Swinging it to the outside. Going to go DeGuara, who loses a whole bunch of yards. 7. Why did you run backwards? That was the 4th wall breaks. Did intend for that one to go to Nakua. He's typically Y. Hit Y. Wasn't him. As it's 2nd and 17. Quick blitz again. We get rid of it just in time. We were definitely hoping to have a slow, methodical drive here. Get another touchdown and milk some clock. We have a 3rd and 17 in front of us. We get this one out. Akers sprinting to the outside, outrunning the defense. He's down to the 30 and he gets caught. What a heck of a play on 3rd and long. Keeps those hopes alive. And with that big play, we could go back to running this offense as planned. Gibson checks in for the first time today. Some fresh legs, trying to find some space. Just back to the line. Though that does run some clock, so all right with me. As we're going to set up some RPO here. Go with a quick throw opposite way. Jarrett drops it again when we have all the space to run. Our guys keep dropping the ball. And on top of that, it also stops the clock. We're luckily in field goal range, which would make it a 5-point game, but we would prefer 7 or more. As we're going to swing this one to the outside. Tremble. He had the step on Beck, but the throw is off. But we will have to settle for those 5 if we could hit this field goal. Brown is out there. Holder is Kirk Cousins. Snap back. Kick looks good with plenty of power and accuracy right down the middle. Does extend our lead to 5. But that is not a safe lead by any measure, as obviously a touchdown puts the Bucs up as they start back at the 25. White down the middle. We'll pick up 4. Though at least we have learned we need to stick with that man coverage, so we'll continue rocking with that. But Rice versus Mike Evans. Got a little bit of a disparity there. Evans wins another. I wouldn't say Rice has had a bad game by any means, but he definitely has given up some big plays to Evans. Helped us out in other spots, though, as they go with a run right down the middle. White with some space, picking up the first down, crossing midfield down to the 40. That's going to be the problem when we run that man. Might leave the middle open. We come out with a double A gap here. Going to send the blitz. Try to get back there. And once again, we miss on the read option as Richard takes the hit from Adebo. Haven't seen much from Adebo today, though. That's typically a good thing. And by that, I mean he's getting his job done. He's taking care of the coverage, and they're not targeting him. With a 1st and 10, we send the blitz across the middle. There's the big hit in coverage. Adebo breaks it up. We could allow a field goal, but the touchdown would be no bueno. So let's try to do that. Or not even allow the field goal as they go downfield. Adebo in coverage was there. Brandon Allen, I guess, boxes him out, and it will be now a lead for the Buccaneers. And it's a lead they're trying to grow. They're only up 1. They want to make it at least the field goal. With a 2-point conversion, we sit across the middle. Do knock it away. Swain, the rookie free safety. Intended for Mike Evans, couldn't hold on. Now, if only we did that a play prior to, we wouldn't be in a tough predicament here. With 2 minutes, 49 seconds, we need at least a point. Though the only thing we could do here is get 3 and win the game. So let's try to do that. Starting with a run, Akers had the gap. But a heck of a stop keeps it to just a gain of 2. Really looked like it was about to be a whole lot more. As it looks like they might be sending the blitz off this left-hand side. We're going to swing out Akers, crossing behind Stroud. Though that doesn't quite work. And once again, we had an open receiver, but not enough time to throw. 3rd and 8. Once again, offensive line just has to do better. As we're just outside the 2-minute warning here. Hard count, no one jumps on 3rd. Trying to find some space to the outside. It's picked, jumped. This could be easily a touchdown. Davis will scamper in. Drops off the outside receiver and makes the big play. Though they would need to go for 2 here to make it a 2-score game. But they would elect to go for the 1 point, leave it an 8-point game, and a potential overtime play-in. Though that's only if everything goes according to plan. And then nothing really goes according to plan with this team. Hard count again, no one jumps. Nakua, it's thrown right to Beck. Needed that quicker on the cut. Luckily, Beck drops it. These haven't been bad choices on the throws. Well, the interception was, but that last one it needed to be a little bit more timely. Throw across the middle, Marshall with a grab. Now let's get up there quickly, back to the line. Try to carry off any of momentum we have. It was a good throw that time by Stroud. Have some short options, which will go to Palmer. On the outside, gets the grab, stiff arm and out of bounds. Heck of a play. Now, once again, they're bringing down a safety to the right-hand side. That's what caused the bad play the last time, so let's be cautious of it. Go with the dig, into Palmer once again. He's had a big game. Though we still need another touchdown to come from somebody. And they're keeping that safety down towards the line here. Let's try to ensure we have some extra blockers, and let's go with a deep shot here for the end zone. Under a minute left. The safety does drop back, but it's one-on-one. Going to Jarrett, who drops it. It got by the corner, and the rookie drops it. We were so close to making the play needed there. 52 seconds left. We still have time. We just need to actually hold on to one of these. Stepping up in the pocket. They have guys covered downfield, but Palmer opens up. We deliver a good ball, sprinting to the outside. This game is tied up. Not tied up. This game is close to being tied up. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. With 44 seconds, we need the 2-point conversion. And the potential overtime play-in rests here. Hard count for the free play, no one jumps. Need to find an opening across the middle, diving off the hands of Davis. We needed a better throw there. 44 seconds, we still have all 3 timeouts. It was right there once again. Now we need an onside recovery here. I've only recovered 1 onside in Madden. This one's definitely not going to be it. Nabbers nabs it, and they'll have the ball at the 40. I don't know what their field goal spot is, but we need a stop. And it's essentially now or never for this defensive line to make the big plays as they hand it off down the middle. White just picks up 1. I would imagine if we get them to a third down, they will probably go with a throw if it's anything more than about 4 yards needed. A great stop there by Peak, and Carl Lawson shaken up again. Uses that second timeout. We were going to use it either way, and hopefully when we meet him in the locker room, it's with a victory. But as expected here, I do expect it's going to be a pass with 3rd and 11. It's a strong pistol set, though they handed off White. We need to get the stop, and we do, but that's definitely going to be field goal range, which would put them up by 5. Or they will risk it all here. They spread wide. We send a blitz. We need a quick stop, but no, they find Mike Evans with the first down to seal the game. I figured they were going to run it there. They sent everyone over to the right-hand side, left the one-on-one, and Rice once again came up a little bit short. Coverage wasn't awful. We just needed it to be tighter. But this team fought through adversity, and once again, they made this thing a game late, but it is going to be another loss in the column. And potentially, we might have some more problems along this defensive line with injuries suffered today. Now, luckily, none of the injuries suffered today ended up being long-term. So Johnny Smith will be back, and we'll be getting back Carl Lawson as well. Now, we'll have the opportunity shortly in the next couple games to bring back Nick Bonito if we need to, and probably bring back David Andrews to boost that offensive line that definitely can use it. Stroud, while he performed better after that first quarter, he needs to stay clean. That's where we see our best play. Now, we definitely unlocked the offense, bringing in Stroud. We're scoring a whole lot more points, and the game is seeing that here. We have a tandem breakout for the offense. I can only imagine it's going to have something to do with Palmer and Jarrett, the rookie receiver, because Palmer just had a multi-touchdown game, 2 if not 3, and then the game before that, Jarrett had 2. So I imagine it's going to be those 2, though. There were multiple instances in this game that we could have won it if our receiver held onto the ball. It wasn't perfect placement, but you're just not going to get that every time, especially with this offensive line. We could have had the 2-point conversion to tie it up. Who knows how the rest of the game would have went, but clearly we missed out on a couple plays. Rice missed out on a couple, and he would be getting picked on Twitter because he gave up the last play for that final first down on 4th down. We could have got the ball back without giving up any points, and with some time remaining, maybe got a field goal, but that's a whole lot of speculation. But the team definitely has taken that large step forward, though we need someone along the defensive line to step up. The changes helped. I feel like in this one they were more involved, though we weren't getting many of those stats. So as soon as we can unlock that, all the better, as we do have the National Focus Scouting available here. I feel like that means we've unlocked some more of the percentage scouting for the just overall everyone. Yeah, we have a lot of 50% here. So let's just do a quick little look together to see what we have in terms of this pass rush group here, and it's supposed to be pretty good. Now, off the top here, the main guy, Devin Edwards, I don't like him. There's a little bit of something here with Jalen Bates, does have A power moves and C block shedding. Looking for a little bit more, and Kevin Flowers might be it. He's going to be the first one to go on our board. Let's take a look at Kevin Flowers before we wrap up. He's a power rusher, 6'5", 274, 22 years old, out of Ohio State. He's a round 1 to 2 projection. We have 2 first-round picks with great to elite strength, speed, jumping, good or solid to good change of direction, decent to solid agility, and good to great acceleration. The main things I'm looking at here are A, awareness, B, play rec, A, power moves, A to C, block shedding. If that's a B, he's probably top of our board. I would love for it to also be an A, don't get me wrong, but Kevin Flowers looks like he could be it. We'll see. We also have a guy right after him that looks pretty good too, and Larry Basley, but we'll save some of these for later on, as this is the end of a video. Might even start to chuck in some of these guys at the beginning of videos, because I don't think all too many of you stick to the end. But if you do, definitely do let me know. In the comment section below, leave a bear emoji for the channel name. So yeah, do that. Let me know that you stick to the end. But the team is fighting. There's definitely a new hope I would say, to the team, which is great to see. CJ Stroud definitely is helping us out. Just need to see the defensive line take that step forward and hope the offensive line can sort themselves out shortly. So until next time, make sure you hit that bell icon on the bottom right or scroll down, hit the subscription button and subscribe to this channel. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Definitely make sure you tap that bell icon as well so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, plus the state-only challenge, which has the Super Bowl on Saturday for the Central Plains States Only Challenge. So do not miss that one. Could be the last in that series, as we would move on to a new State Only Challenge if we complete it Season 3. So a whole lot coming. Do not miss out. And we'll see you guys next time for Week 8. Any possible trades will have to be done in that episode. So definitely stay tuned. We'll see you then. Bye.